with a piece of tape to hold it in place. Once you do that, with a black marker, any fine point marker, you're just gonna go over, trace it over the glass, do all the outlines, trace it over the glass, and once you trace it over, what you're gonna do is get the template out of there, and I use this color. I don't know if you can see it. This is a light mocha, and I got this paint from Walmart. I had that for this side of the face, and I painted on the inside. Now when you do that, you need to have a round brush, any brush, but as long as it's round. I got two styles. So once you paint it inside, you gotta be careful with that you don't get out of the line that you just draw over the glass. If you do go over the line, make sure you clean it as soon as possible, like right away, so it doesn't get dry and will hard to get rid of it. Use a wet brush, like a flat brush. Get it wet, dry the excess of water, because you don't want the water to run into your paint. And just go little by little on the inside, clean the edges of the paint that you went over. Once you do that, with the sponge, you want to do that first with the brush. Get some paint, just the tip of the brush, get some paint, and just do the lines right on the edge, so it's a lot easier. Once you do all the line, then you just tap on the inside, so you don't see all the strokes of the brush, and then you're just gonna fill it up with this. I don't know if you can be able to see it. See, go over after you do that with the brush, go over with the sponge, and then fill up all the empty and spaces and all the strokes, so it's gonna look solid like this. Once you do that, use a sponge again, a different one. If you don't have a different one, then just rinse off the previous one that you just used for this side of the face, the beige one, the mocha, and then same way you're just gonna tap all over the ball. Once you get close to the outer line in here, you might want to use again the same brush. Be very careful, just go along the line just with the tip of the brush, and then just get as close as possible and just use the sponge. Let it dry completely, and then do a second coat if you have to. And then once you do that, try to go as close as you can to the edges, so you will cover those see-through areas. You see that? So we're just gonna let it dry, and then this is still see-through. We're just gonna give it a second coat, let it dry, give it a second coat. And while you wait that paint to get dry, work on the face. Fill up the face with acrylic paint, satin acrylic black paint, and just go over, and make sure you're gonna do the same way, because if you go everywhere, you're gonna see all the strokes of the brush, and it's gonna look all funny. So just if you go vertical or horizontal, just keep it the same way. I mean, you're gonna be able to see a little bit on the round edges over here, but it will be okay as long as the rest of it looks same strokes, the same direction on both. And then use a thinner brush, soft, to do all the outer lines all over the face, the nose and the mouth, and even the outer edges of the eyes and around the circle right here. Once you do the face, you want to do is go ahead and do the bottom part. With this one, what we're gonna do, you're gonna measure a straight line center like I did on the previous one. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna first paint, use the mocha for the middle part. you're gonna try to eyeball like a straight, or if you want you can do with the marker, draw a straight line or almost semi-straight, like a little outer like this, and then draw a line so you know that you don't have to go over that line to do the brown paint. And for that one I use a brown oxide, or you can use chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever color you like. So do the outer line on over the glass, and then with the mocha sponge just do the inside and tap tap tap. Okay, once you do that, then go ahead and start doing the brown side with the other sponge. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna draw the line. You're just gonna eyeball it, make sure it's pretty straight. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use the head just to make sure that it's pretty even. Okay. You're just gonna eyeball it. I don't know if you can see it right there. I did the two dots so that way we know where we're gonna make the straight line. You can go straight or you can go a little round. Just want to see where the line is going, so I don't want to go way out of the way. Later on you can get rid of the outline of the marker. And this is how the shoe looks. Let's see if I can, you see the outer edges? So that will help you not to get out of the line. I'm gonna put some more paint over here. And let's start. So you will see, you just tap, 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 tap. Don't just drag it, just tap it, tap it, tap it. And just be very careful at the edge. Try not to go over the line. Take your time doing this, because you don't want to have mixed colors once you do the dark brown. See? Now this one is good to go. You can just let it dry, and if you need to, give it a second coat. Now we're gonna start doing the brown one. Go a little higher. What, mommy? What? Which one? Which one you want? That one? Nico's gone, mama. Hey. Okay, we're gonna wait to get it dry, and we're gonna start doing the other one. Close this one up. Gonna use the brown one. You don't have to fill out this back part over here, but it's up to you. Just gonna be really careful, do the outer and the back, the outer edges. When you do this, you're very careful with the paint over here in the edge. It's gonna be all over your finger. See, I just got myself paints. Sorry, guys. Okay, once you go to the outer edges, you're gonna do the brush over here with the tip of the brush to cover this area so we don't go over the other one. Just take your time. Now it's pretty covered, so what we're gonna do is be very careful in the very edges. Now we're gonna do the other side. Just tap, tap, tap. Hold on, mommy. Give me a minute, please. Alright. Just gonna go over that piece right there. Now it's completely covered. Just gonna go over with the sponge to cure those spots right there. be very careful with doing this. We're just gonna let this dry. Gonna let this dry and gonna go do a second coat on the head because it needs a second coat.
pizza.
Yes, mommy. This is a time consuming, guys, but the results are very pretty if you take your time doing it. If you want to do it, you want to do it right. We're almost done with this one. Just want to make sure I'm covering all the see-through spaces that I left out. Make sure you cover all the areas, all the outer edges. And I use the brush again.
Mama, Roger, Mama. A for Pacha, A for Ali.
A for Ali, ugly. All I'm doing, guys, is just the outer edges of the face because I couldn't do it. The painting was too wet, and I'm just doing very carefully covering all the edges that you can still see through. I'm covering all those edges right there. Mm-hmm. This is gonna need another coat, so on the outer edges especially, we're just gonna let it dry. You still see through, so we need to fix all of that. Alright, we're gonna have to let this dry, but this is pretty much simple as that. Once we're gonna do next, once they're both completely like dry, put this with the opening to the bottom as a base. We're gonna use glue E6000 and we're gonna just put it right here. Make sure the center, oops, make sure the center, use the glue E6000. I got it somewhere in here and I got too much going on. Here it is. Use a clear one, don't use the white one. Or I mean, you can use either or because it's gonna be covered anyway. By this furry towel that I use to clean the cars. So cut a piece of it about an inch or so, and once this is glued, I use E6000 and I put it all over around the edges of the rim, the opening. Make sure it's centered. Once it's centered, then put Gorilla hot glue all over the edge so it will hold it in place while the other one is getting dry. Okay, so now once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this furry towel and make it like a scarf around his neck. Then after that, once we do that, then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use this two, the brown one, dark chocolate, and this beige or cream for the antlers and the ears. So what we do, we're gonna trace the ears and the antlers with a pencil, put it facing down, make sure it's gonna cover the entire piece right here, and with your nails or something flat or with the back of the brush, just go over the entire line and it will trace over like this. You're gonna make sure you draw every single line. And once you do that, once it's transferred into the foam, then you're gonna cut it. I'm gonna have to go over it again because you can barely see the lines, and I'm gonna use my nails. Be very careful. Don't mess up the paper. Don't rip it off. Okay, and it's gonna look like this. You just cut it with scissors, and then we're gonna glue it with this one right here. But we're gonna glue it to the back of the ears. see it here. Like this is the ears, okay? Once we cut it and do the outlines, this big one in the very back is gonna be the dark one, and the little one, I'm sorry, the little one over here is gonna be this beige or cream. We glue together. Once they're done, we're just gonna glue the antler like this. Like the antler is gonna be behind, and this very end over here is gonna be glued to the very back of this, to the bottom of it, like that. And once you do that, you're just gonna glue it like this with the Gorilla Glue gel. See how it is glued in the very back of the ear? You glue this too, and then glue the antler in the back with this one right here, and then put a little bit of hot glue just to hold it in place, just to give it double secure. And just glue the flower over here or whatever you want to add to it. It's all totally optional. Add the pom-pom. It is optional. You can add it or just hand paint it in red and add the decor. Glue this the scarf around, and I put a little thin thing right here. I don't know what's the name. Once the face completely dry, I can Mod Podge the eyes and all the outer line with a fine brush, because you don't want the paint to get messed up or get scratched or something happen. So that will protect it. Use regular Mod Podge. Hold on. Okay, and that will be it. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, please send me an inbox or leave me a message on the Dollar Tree group. I appreciate all of your comments. I'm glad that you all like my snowmen and now my reindeer. I'm gonna be doing a different face here soon for the reindeer, and I'm just gonna give you a quick preview of what I'm doing right now. If you guys guess what is this, this is not finished yet. I gotta give it a second coat, but this is how it's gonna look. I'm gonna put this one right here like this. See how pretty? And once it's done, I am going to, let me show you what I'm planning to do. This is not it. I got too much going on over here, guys, so I really apologize. It's just I have no room in this table for anything anymore. Okay, I find a piece. So we're gonna glue the head. Let's see if I can lift that one up a little, right there. We're gonna glue the head right there. This is gonna be the scarf that is gonna cover the glue. And once it's covered, then we're gonna add, this is socks. I cut a piece of socks and I add a little fairy towel around the edge here in the pom-pom. And I'm gonna glue it to the head. Now this is optional. You don't have to put the hat on, but that is gonna look like this. Look at how adorable it's going to look. Beautiful. So if you guys like it, give me a thumbs up. Please give me a good rating on my websites on Viz Design and Creation, please. If you need anything, let me know. I do sell this, all of this, and I can ship them. So if anybody's interested, let me know, send me a message, and we'll keep in touch. Thank you for watching. Bye.